Yeah.
Thanks for listening to the AZ Wildcats podcast. I'm your host, Mike Luke, joined by Jason Shear. Shear, tweet out right now that we are live since it's a different time. Go ahead and tweet it out one more time, Shear. We got a lot to get to this show. Do it. Are you doing it? Are you doing it as you're told?
The streets know.
All right, we'll do it right now. Do it one more time. Do me a favor. Right now.
What am I doing?
Retweeting the show so people know that we're up. Go ahead and do it. All right, now we have, while Shear's doing that, we have a lot to get to. We are going to talk a little bit of Caleb Love. We are going to talk some U of A recruiting. We are going to talk some U of A football, some Pac-12 tournament, many, many things. But first, Shear, Caleb Love was named the Conference Player of the Year in the most no-dub moment ever. This was a very, very easy decision. Very excited for the kid. It was well-deserved, and Arizona would not be Arizona without Caleb Love this season.
Yeah, I mean, just well-deserved. I know Colorado fans are a little upset, but my suggestion would be just to look at KJ Simpson's numbers against Arizona, and that'll answer your question.
Are Colorado fans really upset about KJ Simpson not winning it?
Yeah, they flooded the comments. Let me see. It's actually pretty wild. Let me see if I could find the splits this year against Arizona versus Caleb Love.
Well, that's
so
wild. It's not
KJ Simpson against Arizona shot 36% from the field. 11 assists to 9 turnovers for 30 points in 2 games.
You know, it's funny. I'll go even a step further. I wouldn't even have had KJ Simpson as the runner-up. I think I would have had Umar Ballo, leader of men, as the runner-up.
Oh, I got you on that one. I convinced you on that one.
You did convince me on that one, but that was good. That was a good call, though.
Caleb Love against Colorado, Mike, 48% shooting.
Yeah, I mean, and the other thing too, Andre Veras says if Colorado didn't suck, then I would understand. Yeah, that's the other thing. Colorado stinks. I don't know what else to really say, but this was a very deserving award for Caleb Love. Honestly, I think that even if you were to ask Tommy Lloyd, I think that he was probably even a little bit surprised by just how smooth this worked, about how Caleb bought in, and about how he's just been a model teammate.
It felt like it was going to go one of two ways, right? Like it was either going to go really well or really bad. Like there wasn't going to be an in between. And
which camp were you in, Shear?
No. This is going to be, you're going to do your reconstructive. No, I was skeptical. How about that?
Very skeptical.
But I admitted right away as soon as he started playing well that it was, but yeah, I mean, I didn't expect him to be this good. Let me rephrase that. I didn't expect him to be this efficient, right? Mm-hmm. Like he's clearly more efficient than he's ever been in his career. Thanks a lot, to his maturity and Tommy Lloyd's offense. But this is a guy there, Arizona hasn't had a guy like him in quite a while.
Arizona has not had a guy like him in quite a while, and somebody that and let's be honest, Arizona's going to go as far as he takes him. Now, Arizona's got enough talent to be able to, to win a game if he isn't playing well. But make no mistake, when the chips are down and there's a last-second play to be made, it's going to be Caleb Love with the ball in his hands. It's not going to be anybody else, and I think the team knows that. Tommy Lloyd knows that, and you and I know that, Jason Shear.
Was the only guy on the roster that could consistently create his own shot. It may not be a great shot, but he's going to get the ball up and it's going to go towards the rim, right? And there's not a lot of guys in college basketball that can do that. Like I've been watching mid-majors and low majors and all that, and a lot of the better ones have guys like one guy on the entire team that can do that. Arizona has a guy that does it at a high level, and like I understand that it hasn't worked sometimes at end of games, but at the end of the day, that's the guy I want taking the shot. He's
going to get the shot. So again, that's pretty much all you can ask for. Now let's talk about some of the other conference awards. Pelle Larsson, second team All Pac-12. Were you a little surprised by that? You're a big Pelle Larsson fan, Jason. Sure, were you a little bit surprised by this?
Honestly, not really. You know, and here's the thing that also I want to clarify. It's kind of stupid how the conference does it, in my opinion. We vote, I vote for every weekly freshman and player of the week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Including up until the last week. And then when it comes to season awards, they say, no, we don't need you anymore. And the coaches vote for it.
I don't get it.
So all these awards are voted by the coaches. Like me personally, would I have had Pella first team? Yeah, but then you look at it and who are you taking off?
Yeah, I had no problem with it, honestly.
Right? So I don't really have a big problem with Pella not being on the first team because I don't really know who I would take off the first team.
What really surprised me, though, is Umar Ballo, leader of men, being on the all-defense team. How about that?
Yeah, that team's crap.
I'll take it because it's Umar Ballo, but, man, I was a little surprised by that one.
I mean, I guess it's because Jaden Bradley only plays 20 minutes a game, but he didn't even get honorable mention. Keyshaw did, and rightfully so. KJ Simpson got honorable mention, and he couldn't, he doesn't guard at all. I don't even think Bono should have been the defensive player of the year. He's a walking fact. It should have been Frankie Collins, right? Sure. And so it's weird. That award to me, those awards in general were kind of weird to me.
All right, now let's see here. Andre Veras, come on, Andre Veras. Would you rather have Trier or Caleb at the end of a game? Come on, man.
Trier, but to be fair, he is kind of right that Trier. There were games where Trier carried Arizona. I'd rather have Caleb Love. Trier never passed at all.
Trier's kind of a loser, let's be honest.
Trier never passed at all, and he gave less effort than on defense than any
player I've ever seen.
No effort. I mean, literally just didn't want to be there. But when he was good, like that last year, Mike, at Arizona, he was really freaking good. 18 points, 15% shooting. He was good. By the way, on Caleb Love.
I'll take Caleb Love all day, though.
I don't know if Tommy cares. He said this to us off the camera, but whatever. Tommy said, watch out for Caleb Love leading the Pac-12 tournament in assists.
Well, I wouldn't be that surprised by it. I don't know that Tommy Lloyd is really breaking any news there. This is a guy that we went through his game log a while back. 5 assists, 6 assists, 5 assists, 4 assists. The dude's getting assists.
Yeah, you could absolutely do it. It would not surprise me.
All right. Yes. All right. So there is our clip. By the way, Jacob Franklin, we're going to make the Caleb Love thing a clip or a short or a clip, not just a short. So there, consider yourself warned, my friend. All right. Now, let's get ahead to the Pac-12 tournament a little bit. We're going to get into a lot of recruiting as well. But first, Pac-12 tournament, Arizona. I expect Arizona to play SC. Washington stinks. We're going to have boots on the ground. You, me, Erica Day is even coming with us. We are going to find out how quickly, if we actually like Erica or not on this trip. This is going to be a big trip for Erica Day and for Ben One White. But let's talk about this tournament, though. I want SC. I want to get a rematch with SC. I expect Arizona to smoke SC. Yeah,
that's why it's going to be Washington.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, because we all want SC, so it's going to be Washington. Yeah, I mean, I would love to play SC. I think Arizona would smoke SC. I think it would be set up where Tommy would go out and say, look, we need to beat the crap out of these guys. Leave no doubt. Arizona knows how bad they played. Caleb was very open about how bad they played. Tommy was open with how bad they played. I just think that they would go out and really dominate USC.
All right, now let's talk about if we wanted to place a bet on this, you'd go to the BetMGM Sportsbook app. This is correct.
Yes, heavy odds on Arizona right now.
Very heavy odds, my friend. Now, sign up for BetMGM. Use code PHNX. Place your first BetMGM Sportsbook wager through BetMGM Sportsbook mobile app. For at least $5, you will receive $150 instantly in additional winnings, regardless of your wager's outcome. Check out the show notes for details. And now let's hear Damon with the disclaimer.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369 New York. Call 1-800-327-5050 Massachusetts. 21 plus only. Please gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-NEXT-UP Arizona. 1-800-BETS-OFF Iowa. 1-800-270-7117. For confidential help, Michigan. 1-800-981-0023 Puerto Rico. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel. See BetMGM.com for terms. U.S. promotional offers not available in D.C., Mississippi, New York, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico.
Jacob Franklin, hop back in here real quick. Jacob Franklin, we're bringing you into the stage. I got to ask a question about Jacob Franklin about this. Jacob Franklin, are you here?
What do you need?
All right. What do you need? Wow. Why did you guys have Damon update the disclaimer? I liked it a lot better before.
Yeah, much smoother and faster.
When BetMGM comes to us and they say we've got a new disclaimer, we have to record it.
Ow. You couldn't just
Michael and I will go to MGM Grand tomorrow and talk to whoever's in charge.
Who do we talk to, Jacob Franklin? Give us their phone number, their personal phone number.
Not a chance.
All right, now you're dismissed. We'll bring you back in. All right, now also BetMGM Sportsbook parlay, pick Arizona to win against SC and to win the conference tournament. You disagree, Sheer. I can see you disagreeing.
No, I agree. I'm laughing because I just saw Goodman and who's with him, whoever with him, neither of them picked Arizona to win. One Colorado, one Washington State.
There's a lot of people in Las Vegas. I'm very much looking forward to seeing Jeff Goodman. Hello, Jeff Goodman. Do you remember?
I don't think he'll be there.
He was.
What are the odds? I was thinking about you and your technology just now. What are the odds you know how to do? And people in the chat can answer. What are the odds Michael knows how to do mobile check-in at a hotel? Zero, right? No chance.
I don't know. I've never done it. Yeah, that's why. That's why I will. Probably not. Probably not. I will abstain from that. You know what? I'm an old soul. Old soul. Let's see. Vegas tomorrow. Yes, we were very excited about this. Now, too much to get done in Phoenix. There's nothing to get done in Phoenix. All right, but
is that his excuse? Too much to get done. Yeah, ASU's. He has to get ready for ASU's tournament.
Hey, you guys want to hear something pretty funny? So Carlos is having he's having a watch party or a get together, but it's something where you have to like click on like 3 different links, and he basically goes through and basically sees that to make sure that it's not somebody that he doesn't want going there. Carlos
in Vegas.
Yeah. Carlos, we're going to find Carlos. We're going to find Carlos. All right, now let's get back to some serious stuff. Arizona. Oh, KB Thiel. I got the interview. Real quick, let's make fun of ASU, and we're going to get back to it. Arizona State basketball is so bad that arguably its best player decided that he would rather go pro on an island off of the United States as opposed to continuing to play for ASU with the postseason on the line. This is a bad look for ASU, and it just continues to happen with Bobby Hurley and staff.
I actually think it's a worse look for the kid. I call him a kid. He's 26. I don't
26, but again, let's
rephrase this. This dude has quit every team he's been on. It was funny. I was on the ASU board, and they had a graphic from like 2 schools ago, and it was like the same wording almost.
Right.
It was like, you've left, come on, like 6 schools in 6 years or whatever it is.
Can't we make fun of Bobby Hurley though as well?
I love Bobby Hurley. Who do they play in their first game? Utah?
Yeah. I think is that going to be a quick trip for Doug?
They could win this game. They can win this game, guys.
That's the late game. That's the late game, right?
8:30.
Sure, we could be there for that.
I think we're going to go. I'm going to go to that one, I think.
Oh, hell yeah, because we're leaving here at about 9:45 or so. Yeah. Erica Day, you better be ready. No hungover Erica Day. We need you to be ready. So we get here 9:45. We're not driving with my parents, so we should be there at about 6? Something like that, 5:30, 5?
6. Mike.
I don't think that we're really leaving here at 9:45. That's why I said 6.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, it's like a 6-hour drive.
Yeah, for sure. So I would Dominican
Republic. One thing, if you're not ready on selection Sunday morning, I'm leaving both.
Oh, I know. What time do I need to be ready to leave?
What Erica just said, between 4 and 5 in the morning.
Between 4 and 5 in the morning? Ooh, so we got to get our partying done the next couple nights. But also, but that's the great thing with sheer driving. I can just fall asleep in the car. I have no problem with that. All right, but back to ASU really quick.
I don't get hungover, Erica.
Yeah,
that's Mike. I don't get hungover.
Let's get back to ASU really quickly, and then we're going to talk about the real stuff that matters. Again, though, Jose Perez is a total turd. Obviously, you don't just leave when you're 26 years old and say, well, I got to go, I got to go to the Dominican Republic or wherever he is right now. He's done this at a lot of different places, but this is also kind of a problem that Bobby Hurley keeps getting these players that essentially just don't want to play. They're fairly good. They want to be there. I think of Marcus Bagley is another example. Basically just decided, yeah, I'm good. I don't want to play anymore. This is definitely a problem.
Well, it's the mercenary route, right? But if you're going to go the mercenary route, you better have enough money to make these dudes happy. Like your boy, Muss, does the same thing. The difference is that Arkansas has enough NIL to keep these guys happy for a year before he does it all over again. ASU does it. So they do it, and they get a guy, and then all of a sudden the Cambridge and all that, they're leaving for more money the next year because ASU can't match it.
Now so Bobby Hurley, though, this just feels like this thing is not going to ever get back on track. This thing feels like it's ending, and maybe next year, I don't know, but it doesn't feel like it's going to end nicely.
It's not going to end nicely. I'm sure that he wants to go out, get out of there, but I don't know. Like the Paul, maybe, I don't know.
Right. That's just a bad. Yeah, that's just a bad look all the way. Outside of Remy, has Hurley ever had a guy for 3 years? I don't think so. Jacob Franklin,
his son.
I mean, yeah, his son. By the way, Grant Whiteman better than Bobby Hurley Jr. Whatever his name is. We agree.
Yeah.
DePaul.
What about was Gaffney committed to ASU?
Nah.
Or did
Gaffney's definitely? I think Gaffney's definitely.
No, Gaffney was at Ohio State.
Oh.
Yeah, Gaffney started at Ohio State.
And he was at JUCO as well.
No. How many years did Cody Justice or Trey Holder play for Bobby? 2?
Yeah,
not the whole time. Not the whole time. I know because he inherited Cody Justice and
Trey Holder.
And Trey Holder, yes.
Trey was
Shannon Evans, Rob Edwards.
Shannon Evans
neither of those guys were more than
3 years. 3 years. Like Gaffney, this is Gaffney's 3 years. So, but you could say that for every college.
Frankie, I think Frankie stays too. I think that's the one person I would probably bet on staying off of this roster.
No, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see about that, Jacob Franklin.
Bobby did say this morning he's got more resources, so it'll be interesting to see if that's actually like he thinks he's the coach of this team next year.
Hey, Bobby Hurley, there's a rumor from Andy Bryant. Bobby Hurley to GCU. Is this true, Jacob Franklin?
No, there's no legs to that.
GCU has better NIL than ASU.
Yeah, they do. That's why I'm not even kidding about that.
By the way, Bryce, private and having money.
You would take Bryce Drew as your head coach, correct, Jacob Franklin?
Yeah, but we all want the must bus.
By the way, there's already transfers in the portal. And Muss has contacted every single one.
No, of course. I wouldn't be surprised at all by that. Now, let's get back to the tournament. We're going to talk a little recruiting as well. Jacob Franklin jumping in here and getting us all off topic. Jacob Franklin, this guy.
But Kobe, Romello White didn't start at ASU, did he?
He didn't start at ASU and he left ASU, remember? Where did he end up?
Ole Miss?
Yeah, Ole Miss or some bum school like
that. No,
that.
he did start at ASU. He did. But then he went to Ole Miss after 3 years. So 3 is the number.
All right. Bracketology. Bruce, we got to give Bruce Pascoe a little bit of credit here. Bruce generally goes out of his way to not have Arizona as high as everybody else. Bruce has Arizona at 6. Arizona finished the year at 6. Arizona's got a weird resume for me. They're a 2 seed, clearly. But I don't know that I've seen a 2 seed that has as many crummy losses as we do, Sheer.
Yeah. It winds up being kind of the same story every year. It's what is the committee going to pay attention to? Do you pay attention to the crummy losses, and Arizona has plenty, or do you pay attention to the quad 1 really impressive wins, and Arizona has plenty, right? So it's what do you pay attention? And what we've seen is the committee generally pays more attention to the wins than the losses,
right?
Because the losses, metric-wise, are never as bad as fans believe they are,
right?
Like Oregon State, bad loss. Losing to Washington State at home, bad loss. For me and you, for the fans, bad loss. Metrically speaking, not a bad loss.
Yeah, but that's where metrics are also dweebs, though.
I agree.
USC's a bad loss, dude. It just is.
Yeah, 100%. I completely agree. But it's not like a crushing loss. And it's weird because, like, you look at Tennessee, right? And if I were to tell you Tennessee's schedule, their losses are Purdue, Kansas, North Carolina, Mississippi State, South Carolina, A&M, and Kentucky. All tournament teams, all on the road except for like 2, right? Arizona has just as many quad 1 wins.
I know. It's just
that's why it's close. If you go by wins and losses, right? If you go by losses, Tennessee is a very clear ahead of Arizona, but they're not.
Yeah, I get it. So, all right. But either way, 6 feels about right. I don't believe that Arizona did enough to be able to win to get a 2 seed or a 1 seed. Here's what I can't have happen, though, Sheer. I'm going to keep saying this. I cannot have Arizona lose to SC in that first round game. That will, Kamani Lawrence.
There it is.
It is. KB Thiel, the great KB Thiel. Very good work.
Kamani Lawrence. There it is.
Very happy about that. Kamani Lawrence.
Yeah, the problem is, I will say this. If Arizona loses its first round Pac-12 game, now you start to get a little concerned based on movement and other things that I don't want to say they'll drop to 3 because they won't, but now that there's a very small chance that they're shipped out of the West at that point.
Yeah, and you don't want that. We want it to be as easy as possible for us. We want to be in Salt Lake City, then we want to be in LA, then we want to be in Phoenix. We want to do nothing else but any of that. I do not want to go to Biloxi. By the way, you already have your Utah plane ticket. This is correct, Jason Shear.
Yeah, I booked it 2 weeks ago, I think.
So what happens then if Arizona's shipped out then?
It doesn't matter. They'd still be in Salt Lake. They're in Salt Lake. That's a lock. You can still be in the East and be in Salt Lake. Also, I got a refundable ticket too. Because the way I did, because I'm going to tell you now, like people should do that because that thing, when that gets announced on Sunday, coincidentally, the prices are going to go up $300.
By the way, also, let me guess, did you not fly out of Tucson International Airport with a 30-minute stopover at Sky Harbor before going off?
There's no direct flights from Tucson to Salt Lake, so I'm flying out of Phoenix.
You're flying out of
Phoenix. It's only an hour. I have no concept of time. It's only an hour and a half flight.
Jacob Franklin. Oh, how far of this? Jacob Franklin, you've been there many times. How long is this flight?
From where to where? I honestly was not listening.
Phoenix to Salt Lake City, 2 of Jacob Franklin's areas.
An hour and a half.
Yeah, I have no clue. It's 2 hours to Portland. 2 hours and 15 minutes to Portland.
It won't be that long. It won't be that long then.
The streets love me in Salt Lake. Utah fans love me.
But I do like Utah fans more than Colorado fans now. I have really, really lost a lot for Colorado fans. I'll be honest.
I may have to go into hiding. We'll see.
Yeah, now that's why you're coming. That true story, everybody. That's why Shear didn't come to the Pac-12 tournament for all these years because he was scared about being confronted by angry fans. This is true, Shear. Be honest.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I don't go because I don't like. I have a family, and there was 1 year where I went to Pac-12, and then they made a run, and I didn't see them in like a month, and then it's money issues and stuff. Not issues, but like I don't want to spend all this money and. Now I got to keep up drinking with Erica. That could cost thousands of dollars.
You are a troublemaker. You are a troublemaker, Shear.
A little bit.
You are a troublemaker.
You're an instigator for sure.
No, I'm very different. You know what Brian Peterson said to me the other day? He goes, Shear, you need to start acting like your persona online. You're being too nice to people.
No, Shear in person's a weenie. He's very nice.
I love everyone in person.
Yeah, he's very nice. He's not who he is on when he's getting into these back and forths. It is not the William Wallace Shear that we see where he's cutting off.
Unless you say you hate Del Taco or you don't back the A, then the rage starts. But other than that,
Bruce doesn't know this, but I'm going to be harassing Bruce for clips this entire time. And the great thing about Bruce is that Bruce isn't going to even know. I'm just going to go up to him and be like, Bruce, I have to film you for the next 5 minutes, and I can send this off to Jacob Franklin. And Bruce will be like, well, I got to get out of here really quick. No, Bruce. We have
Bruce told me where he's staying today.
He's not staying at the media hotel?
No, Bruce doesn't stay on the Strip. Never.
Where's he staying? That's a bummer.
Off the Strip by like Allegiant Stadium, there's a bunch of hotels. Like Marriott's and stuff. Yeah. He stays at one of those. He never stays on the Strip.
Bomber. Is he the only one from the Star going?
I think so. And he's flying out tonight.
Right. Oh, by the way, super snaps coming in. Super snaps left and right. All right. Why does Arizona have to play at noon if they're the 1 seed? No, they actually you want to be the early one because you want enough time over to get the late game.
They play at noon on Thursday because if they win, they play at 6 on Friday. So it's not, you don't want prime. They get more time, basically.
Right.
It's this
is a very good question by Hooligans 1 and 2. This is the question that not anybody is actually asking. Can Tommy win in Vegas without Adama Ball?
Did you see Adama last night?
Yeah, like 1 of 8. Yeah.
Dude,
but still,
I don't know what happened to him. I think he got sick. I don't really know, but
15 points per game, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, shooting.
Yeah, but look at his last 8 games. Well, he was
cares,
in San Diego. He was crazy, but
I'm a totality guy, just like Circle K. Listen, Shear, we are stopping by Circle K's on the way up to
every single one.
Yes. Now, let's see here. Oh, by the way, Brad Rich, we'll get to that in a second. Circle K, the inner circle. Now, Jacob Franklin has a K in his name as well. Probably part of the Inner Circle. Join Inner Circle for free by downloading the Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit CircleK.com for details. We will get to the great Jacob Franklin here in a minute. And then Illegal Pete's. Jacob, have you ever been to Illegal Pete's?
Yeah, it's delicious.
Yes, very, very good. The college basketball season is in crunch time. Win or lose, Illegal Pete's is here to get you a legendary sound check deal. Wow. Bring in your ticket stub from any ticketed event and get a draft beer or house margarita for a penny. Illegal Pete's wants to celebrate with you, whether it's a pregame or a postgame party, with locations in Tucson, Tempe. They got you covered on your all your game needs. Must purchase an adult entree to redeem Illegal Pete's sound check deal. Illegal Pete's, your go-to spot for burritos, buddies, and beer. By the way, Sheer, Brian J. Peterson said about how you need the one thing about Mike Luke, many, many flaws about me. I am exactly who I am in person as to what you see here. This is correct.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a good thing, Mike.
No, I didn't say it was a good thing. Actually, it's probably a bad thing, but you never see me where I'm out of personality. This is true.
Yeah. But I'm just, you're not as combative in person. You're not as combative.
I'm very gregarious.
If you saw, let me if you saw John Canzano, like you said, oh, I'm excited to see Jeff Goodman. You won't pick a fight with Jeff Goodman.
I'll go up to him and I'll say Jeff Good. Oh, I'll go up to him and say Jeff Goodman. Remember when you tried to get me fired from the radio when I was 28 years old?
That's true. That is true. You would say that.
Yeah. So there you go, Shira. I take that right back at you. It's gonna be fun. Also, there was a comment about Jacob Franklin. Oh, listen to this. You got to see Jacob Franklin on the PHNX Sun Devils pod. He's basically Scott Van Pelt with hair, wheeling and dealing, kissing babies, friends, and everything. Just the consummate host. Jacob Franklin, get in there. Get in here? Is this true?
Yeah, I love talking with my guys.
Man, they got
we're just people, you know.
Man, they got like 5 hosts there, man. They're killing it now. How many hosts?
It's much easier in a studio. I oftentimes, for a peek behind the scenes, I oftentimes do Mike Luke's show from my office, which constantly has people coming and asking me questions, and so it's much easier for me to contribute if I'm sitting in a studio.
I am shocked. Oh, I was going to say, I was shocked that no one has mentioned Kirk Kriisa right now. And
I don't want to hear this, but go ahead.
As soon as I said that, someone mentioned it. They're cooking right now. They're killing Cincinnati.
Okay.
It's going crazy.
Watching,
they're going to win the Big 12 tournament, Mike.
Kirk Kriisa is easily one of my least favorite basketball players to ever come through.
If they win today, they have 10 wins on the season.
I've never seen, and you know what's weird about Kirk Kriisa? There's a certain amount of people. I think Kirk Kriisa has about, in Tucson, 70% of people that dislike him. But there's about a 15% percentage of people that actually really like Kirk Kriisa. I don't understand it.
Here's what's going to happen. He has 7 assists right now, like 8 points. He's probably going to finish with the double-double because there's still 10 minutes, whatever. Boswell, Arizona's going to win on Thursday. Boswell won't play great, and people will go back, man, really miss Kerr right now. Really miss Kerr.
No, we don't miss Kerr. You don't miss Kerr.
You're going to say, no, not at all.
We don't miss Kerr. Oh, by the way, another super snap coming in. Check this out, a super snap. Let's see here. Thanks for the great info, guys. Mom's spaghetti. His palms are sweaty from Jacob's spaghetti. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. All right, good stuff. And then we're going to get back to some real stuff. Jacob Franklin talked crap about me on Twitter the other day. Did you happen to see this?
No, but it was probably right. It was probably accurate.
I posted a picture of a beer, or I said, I'm going out on the town. And then I said something, and I said, don't worry, there will be pictures posted. And then Jacob Franklin said something. What did you say, Jacob Franklin? It was a real jerk remark.
I said you go out on the town every weekend. So like that wasn't news.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
no,
dude,
that was
Jacob Franklin. Gosh.
It's factual.
Yeah.
Factual. All right. Well, fair enough. All right. Now, all right, you're dismissed. You lost. Hooligans 1 and 2. Pella has developed way better without Kerr. This is something that was very, very true. And we heard about this behind the scenes, that Pella would be better without Kerr. This is very true.
Yeah, we heard that I don't want to crap on Kerr too much, but we heard that he was a kind of a bad influence on Pella, and it turned out to be true.
Yes. Okay. Now, Mike, what's your true prediction for the tournament? Round of 32, Sweet 16. Aaron, I'm back in the A, homie. I'm going Arizona. I'm picking Arizona to go all the way, man. Sweet 16, round of 32. Come on. We got the A around here.
Come on. I booked my flight to Salt Lake. Mike booked his flight to Phoenix already.
Yeah, dude, I already booked my flight to Phoenix. Yeah, I'm heading from Tucson to Phoenix, man.
Knowing you would book a flight to Phoenix with a layover.
Yeah, no. I plan on Jacob Franklin offered, get a load of this. Jacob Franklin said that I could stay with him in Phoenix for as long as I possibly want. This is true, Jacob Franklin.
I don't live in Phoenix, so that's a lie.
Oh,
I mean, so I could stay too,
Mesa.
right?
What's that?
I could stay as well.
Yes, that means Jacob Franklin.
You guys would have to share a full bed. Yeah, I mean, that's your choice.
Mike
I don't live in Mesa. I don't live in Mesa either, Mike.
What's that? You live in May or Gilbert? Sorry, same thing. Sister city. Come on.
Mesa is the same as Gilbert, pretty much.
Mesa's the exact same as Gilbert. Jacob Franklin, Salt Lake City, Mesa, Gilbert, same. What's that?
Different names, different places.
Do people still live in Anthem?
Sure, we'll go with that.
What does this mean, Jacob? What does this mean?
What?
Yeah, Jacob, we'll go with that. I don't know. Look at these sneak attacks. No, nobody lives in Anthem. I wouldn't want to live in Anthem. All right,
Anthem was cool when it first came up.
All right, now we're going to get back to some serious topics here because we never get off topic on this show. Zach, thanks, guys, for keeping me up to date on everything from an alumni living in Dallas. Just ordered a love jersey. Bear down, boys. Back the A, Zach R. We appreciate you. All right, now, something about the Tommy gun that we need to talk about, though, is that listen, he got to win. He got to get – I was talking about this with Tony Gimino, and Gimino's like, honestly, man, like, I get it depends on how they play in the Sweet 16, but I think they got to kind of get to the Elite Eight, man. I don't know that I agree with that, but they cannot, under any circumstances, get bounced in the first weekend.
I'm of the belief they absolutely need to get out of the first weekend, and then let's go from there.
Okay, I agree with that. I thought Tony, but Tony can get really like ahead of himself.
I think Elite Eight. Sean Miller used to say this, and other coaches have said this. I don't think people understand how difficult it is to win the NCAA tournament. And sure. I think part of it is like, if you've seen a game in person, the intensity, the defense and all that, it looks completely different than a game in the regular season.
Right.
Like all of it.
I get it.
And so, yeah, I would say that at a minimum, he has to, if he doesn't make it out of the first weekend,
we start having some real questions at that point.
Everything Tommy gets will be deserved.
Yes. Okay. Now let's talk about some recruiting because everything that he gets is deserved as well. All right. So there's a lot of names that we need to talk about here. First of all, two guys that I would be fairly surprised if they don't become Arizona Wildcats. Braden Burries, obviously a kid that is close with Carter Bryant and Jamari Phillips. I expect him at some point to be an Arizona Wildcat. And then Tunde, Sheer and I go back and forth a little bit on Tunde. Tunde to me is the one who I'm not sold on him as a college player. I think he's going to be solid, but he's also a 6'5" power forward. He looks a lot like Stanley from a max perspective.
What's the difference between, and someone brought this up at the board, and I actually think there is a difference, but what's the difference between Tunde and KJ Lewis?
Well, KJ Lewis you can look at KJ Lewis and see that he's got a natural ability. He just looks different physically. Tunde's bigger. KJ Lewis looks.
I think Tunde's bigger, but they have similar games. They're the same height.
Yeah, but here's the thing with KJ Lewis. You watch KJ Lewis, though, and you could tell that the shot he doesn't make the shot, but the shot isn't broken. He has a real knack for being around the ball. He strikes me as a perimeter player that will eventually be one. I don't know that I ever looked at Tunde from the two times I've watched him and said that is a perimeter player. He looks to me like a power forward.
That's fair. I think Tunde is a lot more like Stanley. I think that's a solid comparison.
I mean, you obviously take him. I'm curious, where are you guys going to finish with him in the ranking as far as because he doesn't feel to me like a 5-star kid.
I think he drops to a 4-star. That would be my guess.
High to
I don't know
4-star somewhere in there.
I don't know if Bossy's that high on him. Right. But yeah.
All right, now let's talk about Will Riley a little bit. This is what should Arizona fans know about Will Riley?
That kid's awesome. I owe him a phone call, but he is really, really good. I like how he fits the Tommy system. He's blown up a little bit again. I think Oregon offered the other day. UCLA's offered recently. I found him, I'm taking credit for him.
All right, go ahead. All right, fair enough. Now, as far as a decision goes, like, that's going to be a ways off, though, right?
Yeah, the only one that I know of that is probably relatively close to a decision is Tunde. And that's just a matter of I don't know when he feels like committing. I would say Arizona, and look, things change, recruiting, all that bull crap. I would say Arizona's the heavy leader for Tunde, but I don't know when he's going to commit.
All right. Now, a kid that I'm actually a little bit interested in, his father, I just believe, got the job at Inglewood, is Jason Crow. Now, you don't like Crow nearly as much as I do.
I do not. I think he shoots quite a lot.
You do not. So could this be Caleb Love 2.0 for Jason Shear?
No, look, I think he's good. I don't know how well he would fit in with Arizona. You saw him once, Mike.
Yeah, he scored a lot. I was impressed.
He's good. Don't get me wrong. He's good.
Where are we at with Cam Holmes?
Another priority. Very good.
Very, very good. I would
2026. They're not committing anytime soon.
I know, but man, people love this stuff. I can't tell you how many DMs I get from people asking me about 2027 or 2026 kids.
I know.
So, I figured we'd throw that one out there.
I is not going to Arizona. I would be very surprised. The rumor is he wants to reclassify, and I don't think Arizona wants to take him if he reclassifies. That was
what were we talking about?
Jasone Sanone, or whatever his name is.
It's a great name, by the way. All right, now let's move over to as far as any basketball, what other names do we need to know, Jason Shear?
I think people need to know that Arizona is still very much in on Koa Pete. I know you don't hear about him very much. He may take some unofficial visits elsewhere. Arizona is very, very in on him. There is a personal factor there that I'm not getting into that actually should help Arizona. Maybe you know what it is, Mike, but and so that's a situation where Arizona is very, very much in the picture for him. There's Braden Burries. Arizona is very much in the picture for him. There's Dwayne Aristod, who I think Arizona is kind of in the picture, but probably not as much as others.
All right. Now, I mentioned this the other day, and I got somebody from his camp message me about this. Elijah Arenas. Again, I stand on what I said. They just laughed that I said that he could go play in Bangladesh, and it would not surprise me in the least. I will stand by that. Now, Pete's very, very good. What I will say about Koa Pete is that Koa Pete is really, really good, but I could see him continuing to drop a little bit in the rankings, not a ton, because you watch him and he is not somebody that has a finite NBA position. He's very, very good, but he's also not.
What position is Koa Pete?
I mean,
he's a 4.
He's a 4, but he's going to try to do the thing where he pretends he's a 3.
Cannot guard threes at all whatsoever.
Totally agree. All right, now let's move on to a little bit of Arizona football recruiting. Are there any names that we should know, Shear?
I'll say this. Alonzo Carter is not shying away from top-rated running backs. It's pretty cool to see. I think that recruiting, they're still kind of getting their feet wet a little bit. There haven't been a ton of offers. I would expect a bunch of offers to go in the spring. There's offensive linemen that I've talked to that I think they're doing pretty well with overall. Ben Howard, Zach Stasowski. There's a tight end named Kellen Ford who's going to be visiting, who is very good. So they have some guys that they've kind of offered and are talking to. But, this is a coaching staff also that's kind of getting the lay of the land with recruiting a little bit.
Yeah, and I will say this, some of the offers from the wide receiver offers that were given earlier, like a Barry Hill, those ones still stand. Yeah. They would definitely take him. That's going to be an interesting one. As many of you know, he's moved on to Pinnacle up in Phoenix, but there's some really good options there as well. All right, 38-40. That's going to be a clip. Jacob Franklin, that's going to be our first clip that we put out later today, my friend. All right, now, T. Burns with the question that I think a lot of people are asking internally, but nobody has actually put out there. All this recruiting talk and all I'm envisioning is a Dylan Philly B front court next year. Listen, you got to give the people what they want at some point. You need some shooting, and
shoot.
That's really the way it is. So let's be honest here. Now, let's talk about a little bit. We're doing a little bit of a spring preview, going around the positions a little bit. We're talking about quarterbacks now. Do not care what anybody says. I would take Noah Fifita over Shedeur Sanders. Listen, I know Shedeur Sanders is really good. I know he's an NFL prospect that Noah isn't. But listen, Shedeur Sanders, at the end of the day, he took the worst team in the conference, and they finished the worst team in the conference. They were 1-8. Noah Fifita took a team that would have won 4 games with the other quarterback, and they won 10. And he put up a lot of numbers in the process. That to me is a big difference there, Jason Shear.
Yeah, Shedeur is absolutely talented. If you want to tell me he's a better NFL guy than Noah Fifita, cool. I don't necessarily disagree. But in terms of guys I want leading my team and bringing everyone together and all that, it is Noah Fifita. He's the guy. And look, if you say Shedeur, I get it completely. But Noah's just the guy for multiple reasons. Like Shedeur's very confident, like his father, very outspoken and all that. I don't know how much that works in college all the time. With Noah Fifita, if you notice, he's not talking down on anyone and all that. I think that helps.
He's not going to fashion shows with Gucci bags or any of that stuff.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's where, yes, we will be at spring ball. By the way, I will not get into this. This is bait. I will not do this. Let's see here. All right. Now, a couple things. Now, let's get back to the
also on that question. No, Arizona will not recruit Zoom. Zoom is not going to Arizona.
Can you just tell them? Can you just tell people now what it is? I mean, I think we're far enough along that people can just know without the code talk.
What do you mean?
Arizona doesn't believe that Zoom Diallo is that great.
Correct. Well, there's two things. I think Arizona, based on their roster, would like to bring in a veteran guard if there is an opening or it calls for that. And the other thing is they actually don't think Zoom's very good. Zoom had a really rough senior year.
I am going to differ with. I am differing with you though. I believe that Zoom Diallo is going to be very good though.
That's fine. I'm just saying, based on the people that have seen him this past year, his stock has dropped. His rating has dropped. He could wind up being very good. I don't know. That whole recruitment also was really weird on multiple levels. I don't know if Arizona would want to even get involved with it, but he's not going to Arizona.
I think a big concern also is something that maybe came from the Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Listen, everybody wants to hang out at the Gila River Resorts and Casinos, and there's only a finite amount of guys that can come here and be able to hang out there. You can't just bring, like Nipsey Hussle said, man, circle got smaller, everybody can't go. I mean, it's just the way it is. But the Gila River Resorts and Casinos, they want everybody here. All right, check it out. Gila River Resorts and Casinos, a fun, immersive experience. Jacob Franklin, have you been to the Gila River Resorts and Casinos?
Yeah, we're hosting a dude, just give me a second. I gotta write down time codes for your ads too.
Jacob, are you there right now? Are you at the casino? Is that why you're busy?
We are doing a few awesome things soon. We're hosting the Cardinals draft party at Gila River Resorts and Casinos, and we are playing a part in the Final Four weekend there as well. So a couple of really cool things in the pipeline.
Jacob Franklin, can I kill two birds with one stone since that was the Phoenix events as well that you just put out there so eloquently?
Sure.
Okay, there you go. Jacob Franklin, a man of many costumes, a man of many seasons. You do you at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Visit play@gila.com for more details. By the way, I love 5 of a Kind Media. This is the comparison that I think a lot of people are missing out. Hopefully a stretch for like Dylan. Why can't Dylan be Channing Frye? I agree with that.
When I saw Channing, I said he was like a young Dylan before I even Dylan, so I get it.
Were you following Arizona by the time Channing Frye came here?
Yeah, absolutely.
When did you start following Arizona? In 04?
01. I came here in 01.
All right.
Dude, I was a student here.
All right. By the way, pull these shirts up right now. Jacob Franklin, before we sign off, pull the shirts up. The BTFD. Tony Gimino has one of these. We're going to try it. I am taking one of these to Bruce, and I am going to force Bruce to wear this shirt. And we will get a picture of it. Yeah, go to the PHNX locker. Check this out right now. Also, Jason Shear, where can they find you?
WildcatAuthority.com, the Wildcat Scoop podcast with Shelby, and the Craps Table with Erica and Michael Luke in a matter of hours.
By the way, Shane Diefenbach, this is true. Everything I'm about to say about Shane Diefenbach, he was amazed at my ability to play blackjack. I turned $40 into $200 last time we were up there in no time flat. Jacob Franklin, since you're always on the PHNX Sun Devils show, you should ask him about my poker playing or my blackjack playing prowess. I'm very, very good.
You remind me of the Rain Man, so it doesn't surprise me.
I can do a really good Rain Man. I know. Yeah. Drive slow on the driveway. Only on Tuesdays. Fart. Yep. There you go. I
Oh my God.
Right. Yeah. Very, very good. So anyways, so on that note, we're going to sign off, my friends, but we will be back with you, Rain Man on demand. But on that note, I will we'll be back with you later. You've been listening to the AZ Wildcats podcast.
We all silly like the mayor.